Audience profile data collected at the ESPN Sports Zone website showed that 26% of the users were women. Assume that this percentage was based on a sample of 400 users. What is the 90% confidence interval for the population proportion of ESPN Sports Zone website users who are women? What is the population being studied? We would say people who use the ESPN Sports Zone website. What is the point estimate of the proportion of ESPN Sports Zone website users who are women? That was based on a sample, so we're going to say we're going to give it the symbol p hat, and it's 0.26. The sample size that was taken from is 400. Just a small portion of all of the ESPN Sports Zone website users. Can we assume that the sampling distribution is normal? Our sample size is 400. Our sample percentage is 26%. That's 104 greater than or equal to 15. And then 400 times the complement of that. That's equal to 296. And that's greater than or equal to 15. So can we assume the sampling distribution is normal? Yes. What is the margin of error? We're going to get that from the confidence interval formula. And the margin of error part of that formula. One thing we need is the Z alpha over 2. Now at 90% confidence, alpha is equal to 0.10. So Z alpha over 2 is Z sub 0.10 divided by 2, or Z sub 0.05. Now I remember that as 1.645. This is a 90% confidence interval, and it's standard normal. So that number for all 90% confidence intervals won't change. But let's go to the standard normal table and see how you could get that. So we would be looking at normal distribution, 5% basically on each end of the distribution. Originally, if you look back on how confidence intervals were constructed, at the center of that distribution originally, my Z alpha over 2, or Z sub 0.05 in this case, would be the Z-score with 5% probability in the upper end. Of course, the standard normal table measures from the center, and to get our Z value, it would be associated with 0.45. Close as I can get to that is 0.4495 and 0.4505. As a matter of fact, 0.45 is right center between those, and that occurs in row 1.6. And I'm going to interpolate a little bit. So my Z value is between 1.64 and 1.65. I'll say the Z is 1.645. So we have 1.645 times the square root of 0.26 times 0.74 divided by 400. And I get, when I do that calculation, 0.0361, or 3.61%. So my sample percentage of 26%, or 0.26, is within 0.0361 of the population percentage of all ESPN Sports Zone website users that are women. If I want to go ahead and get the confidence interval, then I'll have 0.26 plus or minus 0.0361, and that will give me on the lower end 0.2239, and on the upper end 0.2961. So I have 90% confidence that the population percentage of all ESPN Sports Zone website users that are women is somewhere between 22.4% and 29.6%. My estimate of that population percentage is 26%. And with a margin of error of 0.0361, under 90% confidence, the population percentage of all ESPN Sports Zone website users that are women is somewhere between 0.2239 and 0.2961, or 22.4% roughly and 29.6%.